Hello, guys. Today, social media. Is it good? Is it bad? We will discuss that only on Pink Sock Podcast. Noami, we need to get you a little intro. We don't have you there yet. We need to get that.
Yeah.
So today we're going to be discussing social media. Is it good? Is it bad? Neutral? We will discuss different negatives and positives about social media, and we will decide if it's good or bad, or just neutral, if it's good and bad, which I think it's just neutral. I think
it depends what you're using it for, though.
I think the issue with people, myself included, is self-control when it comes to using social media. We need to learn when to step away from it. And I'll admit, I'm really bad at that.
Yeah. Sometimes you just need a bit of a timeout from it. You know, I can understand why people take a break from it and deactivate their accounts for maybe a couple of weeks, a month, or whatever, and they come back.
Yeah, but that's an issue with self-control, though, because you don't have to deactivate or delete your accounts; just don't go on them.
Yeah, I know a few people that deactivated their account because they needed a break.
Oh, I know several people like that. And like it also mental health comes into a big play of that. Some people just can't. If it's there, they can't not do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get myself wrapped up in social media a lot, and also like messaging online. There's more people that I talk to online than I talk to in person. And the thing is it's more of a, do you think it has more to do with acceptance? Our constant need for acceptance from people, our constant need to socialize. We just want to be accepted and liked by people.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's just too much for some people. You know what I mean? Like, we need to quit doing the social media and quit needing validation from others. And that's what social media is. People post pictures of themselves. I do it. I'm fucking guilty of it, which, fuck it. I mean, I feel good. I'm posting about it. But like, some people just post stuff. Like, a lot of the times we feel the need to be accepted, which is a normal human interaction, a normal human thing. But sometimes we get too wrapped up in people being mean towards us, or people not wanting to talk to us, or people just needing a break.
Yeah. There's some people do it for like the attention, you know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm guilty of that.
Yeah, and shit. Most of them do it for likes, just for the fuck of it, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And they're all just chasing for the likes and popularity. Like, I'm
Thank you for joining us, Royce. If you'd like to be a part of the show, or anybody listening to the live broadcast, if anyone listening to the live broadcast wants to join us live, we do have the link in the comments. But Gorak, do you think that, how much do you think is too much social media?
How much too much out of 10?
Yeah, how much is too much?
I give it an 8.
No, I meant like how much time do you think is too much time spent on social media a day?
Oh, shit, a lot of time, man.
Like, how many hours would you say is too many hours spent on social media a day?
A day, maybe 5, 6.
I think though,
it depends. There's a lot of people out there just hooking up on their phones all the time.
Yeah, I think though, if it's starting to disrupt or distract from things like you need to do in the day, like if it's consuming your life, then that's bad.
Social media is addictive, and it also takes away from our real life social lives. And I'll admit, like, I will be messaging people all fucking day, and then I realize I'm not actually hanging out with these people. These people aren't, and I'm not blaming them. I'm not blaming anybody. I'm just saying these people I don't actually see day to day. I'm not saying they're not real. Like, you guys are my real friends, but they're not people that I really see or like part of my real life. So does that make sense without sounding too harsh? They're not part of
that's
seeing
understandable.
people in person versus online. Yeah.
Yeah, we spend too much time trying to talk to, and my anxiety causes that. But me and many other people spend too much time online and don't face our anxiety and hang out in person or try to make a real connection.
Yeah, no,
in person, and I'm guilty of that my damn self.
I think a lot of people are nowadays, with social media, definitely, yeah.
Now, Gorak says 6 hours is too much on social media. Now, a day. Did you guys want to guess how much time the average American spends on social media?
Oh,
a day?
A day.
Not at once, just how much time they spend on and off.
Worried about saying whether it'd be too much or too little. I'll go for 7 hours.
I'm not going to give a number. I reckon it's going to be high.
Yeah.
The average American spends on social media 2.5 hours.
Oh, that's
However, the average American spends 7 to 8 hours on their devices at all times.
Yeah.
Ah, right.
That's on and off. I spend a lot more time than that on my device, and I realize that that's an issue, and that might be a reasoning for most of my anxiety and depression because I'm on there seeing all the shit, comparing myself and stuff to other people. Now, social media, though, 2.5 hours for the average American. Americans, about 70, I think it said 75% of Americans have social media, which Europe has us beat by 79%.
Oh, wow.
They have 79% of people. Now, that's not to say, like I said, they use their device 6 to 8 hours a day. So where's the rest of that time spent? YouTube, TikTok, whatever else that wouldn't be considered. Now, TikTok could be considered social media because you do interact with people.
Yeah.
You do, but it's also an entertainment thing too.
Is YouTube considered social media or not really?
No, because I think social media would be considered a website. I could be mistaken. A website or an app where you actually socially interact with people.
Yeah,
I think TikTok and Instagram will be like two of the biggest ones.
Yeah, especially like TikTok with the videos. I think you can
That's why I've never really been a fan of TikTok.
I'm not on it.
So would TikTok be considered social media though, if you're just using it to see videos?
I think so.
Okay. Because YouTube wouldn't be considered social media unless you're doing it in a podcast format like this. It's more so just an entertainment thing like television.
Yeah.
Yeah, television replacement.
So that kind of blurs the lines on what is social media and what isn't. Because back in the day, when like me and Gorak was younger, Noami, you'll remember this too, social media was like MySpace, Facebook. Well, even before Facebook, MySpace. It was a website where you like instant message people, you interact that way, but you weren't really posting much videos or anything, just pictures. Yeah. But social media, the definition has expanded over the years because now you have YouTube where you can socially interact, but yet it's still entertainment. So like, what are these? Is any website now considered social media that isn't a search engine? Or a software like StreamYard that helps stream shit? Like software.
Dating apps count? Would dating apps count?
Dating apps would count as social media, depending on how you use it.
Yeah.
Because some people, remember back before, I think it was before Tinder, there's a website called My Yearbook.
Oh. Yeah, I never
It later on became Meet Me. It still is the same website. It just has updated from my understanding. I've got friends that are on it. I've seen them on it. I've used it on and off over the years, but not as Meet Me. But it's more so like it's a social media, but it's also a dating. Like there's a section where you can like swipe, or there's a section where you can just add people.
Okay. So
like dating apps might be considered social media.
I think I don't know.
I don't know what we would consider it based on modern times, because times have changed, and that's interesting. I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. It's now
Like,
wondering what is social media and what isn't now. Yeah.
Would anything, like everything that isn't an app, a downloadable app, or fucking like whatever, like any form of entertainment anymore could be considered social media besides like streaming apps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because what we're doing right now would be considered social media, because we have a comment section. We have.
Yes, we do.
So YouTube could be considered social media. Let me double check what the definition of social media is. Because
Tommy Lee and Pamela Anderson sex tape. No, I'm joking.
Because isn't it weird that we as people like know these words and kind of what they mean and what we attract, like set them to, but we don't know the actual technicalities of these words?
That's correct, yeah.
Social media, websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. So everything would be considered social media, because you don't have to message by definition. It's just an application or website that enables you to create and share content or to participate in social networking.
Yeah.
So YouTube is social media.
It is.
Yeah.
So social media is basically taking over our lives.
It's
But is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because it's also still making us more social than we used to be. Because people like me that have anxiety, we'd probably just hermit ourselves in the house and never get out. But we're more comfortable doing something like this, and it's getting us more comfortable to go out into the real world. Because I'm more social now than I ever have been because of this.
See, when I was a teenager, you had to just pick up the phone and call people. If
You're from a little bit of an older generation than me, because when I was in school, we still had MySpace. We were still like, my generation was more so of like starting the social media trend.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I remember MySpace too. MySpace was like, I thought MySpace was great.
I remember it, but I've never been on it.
So what would you guys say is like, I've been saying a lot of good and bad about social media. Personally, I think social media is a good thing and a bad thing, because you can promote now easier. But the issue is there's easy access. So everyone's promoting, and a lot of shit's getting lost. So it's like good and bad, because like you have people that are spreading messages of hate and shit that you wouldn't have gotten before because it wasn't allowed played on the radio, or they wouldn't accept it.
Yeah.
No, but I am wrong too, because Facebook doesn't allow a lot of shit. It just depends on your social media website. And it's hard now more than ever, because even when MySpace was around, you only had so many websites to promote on. So that's more eyes and shit. Some people are like, hey, I'll just go to TikTok. And now you have like preferences, which is good. But for content creators, you have to have a social media account in damn near every social media platform.
Yeah.
And keep up with it all.
Yeah.
So what do you guys think? Do you think social media is a good thing, bad thing, or just neutral? There's good and bad.
Some of it's good, but some of it, it can, like you said, it can get a bit much, and you need time away from it sometimes, definitely.
I think it's just the way how you use it, really.
Yeah. I think it's good, yeah.
I think I like the reason why I like social media like YouTube and Instagram and stuff is music. It's a good way of discovering bands and guitarists.
Definitely. Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And I also find it good as well, social media. I found that it was very good during when the pandemic, when it started and you couldn't see anybody, it was very useful then.
Social media, like Gorak
communication.
Said, I think social media gets a bad rap, and a lot, especially with the older generation, because they're like, back in my day, you'd blah 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 blah. But the thing is it all depends on how you use it, how much time you take towards it. Social media for me has been a negative, because I focus more on like, oh, why ain't this person hanging out with me? Like, very negative. And I'll admit it's ego and all that shit. Could be acquired to loneliness, whatever. But we are more so worried about the acceptance of other people than working on our goals that we are aspiring to have.
Yeah.
You know, So as people, if social media is an issue for you, or if you realize you're on it too much, the best you can do is admit that and step away from it. But social media as a whole, like we've been saying, there's nothing wrong with it. But this also has a question, and this is my fucked up brain asking this. Would porn websites be considered social media?
I think so.
Depending on the website.
It depends, on the website. I still think it does.
Because the hub, we can't say it on YouTube, I don't think, but the hub, you know what I'm talking about. They have comment sections. They have advertising. They have other actresses and actors advertising on other videos and this, that, and the other. So by definition, guys, you heard this first. You heard this here first. Porn is social media.
I wish I could put
sounds like it is, yeah.
I wish I could put the breaking news.
Yeah.
Okay, dude. You said it. I'm going to try to bring it to life because I think I might still have that banner.
Yeah, that's like I just saw like a visual breaking news. Like
you are such a fuck, but I love it. Like you have the best brain for this show, dude. You
that's like
do.
half asleep right now because it's like 4 o'clock in the morning.
That's why the show works because we. But anyway, I do have news for you guys.
Oh shit!
Porn is social media. Okay.
Breaking news.
Okay, guys, this just in. Hold on, let me get it to look right. Porn is social media. Okay. If you go on the hub or you go on the X and whatever website you go on, and if you are commenting, you're talking to people, that's kind of weird. How'd you meet your best friend? We love the same porn.
Sex expo. And you hit it off.
Could you imagine how weird that would be? How did you meet your best friend on a social media website? Which one? The hub.
The hub. That sounds like in that 70s show where they're all hanging out at the hub.
But porn is social media. What do you guys think of that?
I think so. I think it is.
You think we should meet more people?
Think it is.
You think we should meet more people on those websites?
If you're lucky, I guess.
I'm sorry I keep talking over top of you, Greg. There's something wrong with my headphones. So I apologize. What were you saying about you thinking porn is social media?
I think it is. I think it definitely is social media, man. Like
it's just a different form. It's just for adults.
It's just a different form, and then people are fucking fantasizing that shit. So there you go.
People are commenting on videos and things on.
Classified OnlyFans is social media as well, because you're interacting with people like DMs and like buying their shit.
Well, by definition, let me repeat the definition again because I'm not sure if like the definition, because it never really registered to me. It says or, not and. Social media is websites and applications that enable users to create and share content or to participate in social networking. So,
right, so
it is because OnlyFans, you're posting content. So Patreon is social media. OnlyFans is social media. Porn websites are social media.
I think Patreon is a good format too. Obviously, because you got to pay for like a monthly subscription, but there's different tiers. But you interact with the creator, but then when you're into the private group, you interact with different people. You know what I mean? That's with the group, and I think that's pretty cool. We're all there for the same reason, with the same open mind, and that's what I like about it. Because like I've made since I joined Eric 13's Eric 13's Patreon like a year or two ago, I think. I made a shit ton of people from his private live stream. Same with AC Squared's Creep Corpse. In his private live stream and like the group page, I made heaps of friends off it. And that's what I like about those type of things. We're all
that's really good.
the same vibe, mindset. Well, what we like and what we can talk about. There's no egos in it as well, so just good.
Yeah, dude, like I love groups like that too. Now, I do have a question though, and I'm going to ask Google because we already asked this. I'm asking Google, is porn sites considered social media? But Gorak, Patreon is a great social media platform.
I think it is, for sure. I probably spent way too much money on it, but like I think it's worth it.
Okay. There is a blurred line between what certain websites are considered social media by what the person themselves think is considered social media. Because on here it says if you define social media as websites where you can share and create media and network, communicate with others, a lot of websites fairly fit that bill. If you leave messages and reviews and rating, likes, carries that forward as well. So therefore, there's a lot of sites we don't even have on the radar as being considered social media, but it is.
Oh, okay.
A lot of people think social media is just where you can message people back and forth, or where you can like post and message or whatever. But no, it's just, yeah.
So like when you leave a review or a comment, like for example, TripAdvisor or something.
I don't think that would be considered social media because I think you have to be able to post content as well as like, or be able to message as well. I think the message part isn't necessary, but you have to have the content.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Like TripAdvisor is like a review website. You're not really talking to people. You're not really like social media is more so building a audience.
Yeah.
TripAdvisor is more so leaving reviews.
Just leaving the reviews. Yeah.
So like anything where you can like build a social like friends or whatever, anywhere where like you can post a picture or whatever and people can like it or whatever, anything that you can do shit like that would be considered social media.
Yeah.
See, I'm even questioning my own fucking definition of social media.
I know it's really got me thinking this now with things. Yeah.
I think I know what words mean until somebody tells me or asks me, what does it mean? Like, I love questioning shit like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Gorak, we need to get on the hub and start meeting people.
I'm cool, bro.
Only on this show.
We can start OnlyFriends page.
Yes.
Just like, have friends.
My thing is though, this is interesting because when it comes to statistics of what the most popular social media website is, the one that popped up for me was Facebook, and that makes a lot of sense.
Oh, yeah.
But when you look at all the top popular ones, you have Facebook, Twitter, like the ones where you can message back and forth and stuff. Technically speaking, if we're going to go that route, what do they consider social media in the statistics? Like, are they leaving out like porn websites because it's adult oriented? Are they leaving out OnlyFans because they don't consider it social media? Like, does it matter person to person?
Yeah.
Does the definition even matter?
I think Twitter now you can get away with fucking exclusive like.
Oh, you've always been able to. They don't take down adult content. You can post a picture of your butt cheeks being spread.
No, but compared to like fucking Facebook and Instagram. Oh, there's a few of Instagram, but it's just like fucking models with fucking wet t-shirts and all that shit.
Bro, you want proof that Twitter is like the Wild West of the social media world?
I've seen it.
Tommy Lee posted a picture of his dong on 3 social media websites. It got taken down from 2 of them, and it's still on one, and that one's Twitter.
You know what's really funny? How when that all happened, it didn't get flagged straight away. I reckon when it got posted up, I reckon the creators behind whatever Instagram were probably like, "What the fuck's that?" and just left it up there and trying to figure out who it was.
Well, yeah. I think the issue is, though, is I don't think Facebook has... Well, they do, but they don't. I think Facebook, a lot of the times, they have certain keywords that they get flagged right away.
Yeah.
They have certain videos that like they know certain contents in it, so that it gets flagged right away. Like I think they have a database of certain things that has previously been flagged, but they also have people that do it.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
And I think the algorithm just didn't know what to do. And that happens a lot. I'm really confused because social media pisses me off in this aspect. I have a very wide sense of humor. It can get very offensive at times, and I try to like watch who I'm talking to, because some people take shit seriously, and I try to be a better person in those regards, because I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I'm just having fun. But I used to make really fucked up posts like years ago on Facebook, like when I first started, like high school. I was an idiot. I've been getting flagged for shit I posted 10, 11 years ago now.
Yeah.
Like,
right, yeah.
No,
that's a long time ago.
That is a long time, yeah.
Like, at least tell me, hey, we removed it.
Mm.
But to flag somebody and give them Facebook jail and shit. Well, I never got Facebook jail. I just got flagged.
Sometimes people get flagged straight away, don't they? And
well, I posted it before they really got too deep into it like that. They used to post fucked up memes all the time, but they got really strict with it.
They're still finding your memes then from years back.
Not recently, but like a few years ago when they started really cracking down due to the whole like it's always been around, but like the spark and like cancel culture and all that. And I think cancel culture is a good thing and a bad thing too, but that's a topic for a different day. Yeah. But social media is great, but it's also bad because like a lot of fucked up shit's on there. I've seen
sorry, Mike.
Go ahead.
I just like reading the comments from weirdos, like when there'd be like an attractive woman posting up a selfie, drinking coffee or doing something, and I read comments, especially like on fucking Instagram and TikTok. This is why I don't like TikTok and shit. But I'm trying to make it better again by posting guitar stuff and
make TikTok better.
Sounds great.
Yeah. Make it more relevant. And sometimes I'll see fucking comments and be like, oh my god, you're so fucking hot. Oh, you're so beautiful. And so I'll be like, fuck this, I'll type something. I'm like, oh, what coffee are you drinking? And then like out of all the comments, and then people be like, who the fuck's this weirdo?
See, I used to be that dude because like I get lonely and shit. So I just comment shit and try to find somebody. But then I realized that's fucking stupid. So like
it is, yeah. I think it is. I don't do it anymore. I have respect for the person.
If it's a friend of mine or somebody that I kind of know, I'll be like, you're beautiful. Like, I just wanted them to like compliment them.
Yeah.
But like, if it's somebody I don't know, sometimes I'll just fucking post, comment something that doesn't make any sense to the post, or like something that is relevant to the post. Like this girl posted the other day. She's like, whenever he gives me a Harry Potter reference. And she did like, it was like some very sexual shit. She's like, choke me daddy or some shit. So I, just to be funny, I commented back. I messaged him like, it was like a Hagrid quote or something. I forget what quote I used, but it had something to do, it had the word coming in it. And I spelled it the other way just to be funny. It was fucking hilarious. And she got a big kick out of it. Like, what men don't realize and women don't realize sometimes, and I think we as people don't realize this, those people that you're commenting to, they're also people. They're normal fucking people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to start talking to each other like normal fucking people. And it kind of sucks though, because it also gets into like social media as a dating world kind of thing, because that's how we date now. We start off on social media. That's just how it works now.
Yeah. But then again, people are using fucking TikTok now for like I was saying to you earlier, attention.
Yeah.
And as like a fucking a Tinder website or some shit now these days. You know what I mean? I don't know if you've seen it on TikTok, but I've seen it pop up a bit.
Well, TikTok's TikTok because there's a lot of different things a lot of different people do. There's a lot of advertising on there for people to advertise their OnlyFans on there. People advertise this, that, and the other. And the one thing I don't like is I do see the comments on women's posts, misogynistic men mostly, where they're like, if you respected yourself better. These women and men that post those kind of pictures, I've posted suggestive photos before because I felt attractive that day. They don't do it most of the time for your attention. That's an ego thing. You're thinking they're doing that for attention because your ego thinks everyone does shit just to get your attention.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
And I was guilty of that years ago. That's why I know that's where they're coming from. You need to realize that we are posting that shit and girls post that shit because they feel good.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's great to get the validation. It's great for your friends to like say, hey, you're beautiful, blah, blah, blah. Like, we love that. We accept that. Yeah. But if you think it's for something or assume it's for something, just shut the fuck up and move on to the next post.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I remember on one of my TikTok followers, she posted something on her now thing. You know how you can post up the now thing and you have to post a selfie to view it. And it's funny. It's like she's eating candy, and underneath she's like, it says, I can't resist a sweet tooth. And I was like reading all the comments, like, oh, you're so gorgeous, blah blah blah, hearts, hearts, hearts. And here I am, like, oh, is that purple licorice or a purple snake that you're eating at?
What really pissed off somebody one time. Hi Renee, thanks for joining. Jackie. Everyone share this.
Hi everyone.
Share this live. Hit the subscribe button. We're bullshitting about social media.
Spread the sock.
Spread the sock.
Way.
But a lot of guys think they're going to get messages, but some of them are just complimenting. That's what I do. I'll compliment. You'll probably see me on posts every now and again. You're beautiful, whatever. But a lot of the guys think that that's going to get their attention.
Mm-hmm.
And like one dude's like, hey, and this is something that I'll admit I've been guilty of. On social media, you'll be talking to somebody or you will talk to somebody. And they'll do that ghosting shit. It is annoying. Yeah. It's annoying, but what you don't realize is what's going on their end.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, we need to quit taking that shit seriously, too. We need to, because we're so wrapped up in this fucking social media shit. People have lives. Like,
what do you think about people posting up? What do you think about people posting up that, like, my ex left me and blah, 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 blah?
That doesn't bother me because the reasoning why, and now I would never, I have before, I'm not going to lie. I will sometimes post like vague posts about me being upset and why I'm upset, but I'd never post anybody by name. And if I'm dating somebody, I will not post our relationship problems online.
Yeah.
That's where I don't agree with. But if you're upset, like your ex left you or whatever, that's fine.
Yeah.
In my opinion, because you're just asking for help. I would rather you ask for help if you need it or be publicly saying, hey, I'm not doing well, instead of bottling it in and then yourself.
Yeah.
I would rather you ask for help or get it out there. But if you are really hurting, don't post full details of what's going on. I've done that. It's fucking stupid. I even did that recently like an idiot. Don't do it.
Yeah, I would never do it. I'm messing it. I was saying this to one of the girls that I work with at work, with me when she's in the kitchen with me. I told her about it, and then she goes, "Oh fuck no, that shit's too personal. You should never post any of that shit because you just get strangers commenting on it, pretending to feel sorry for you and all that crap." You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, there's that, but like, I'm just speaking from personal things that have happened to me. So I personally post that shit just to let my friends know I'm having a rough day. If I don't reply, that's why. Or like, and sometimes I just do it to air issues because, and it's wrong. I got a journal now for that reason. Thank you, Bellin. We love you and thank you for joining. Make sure everyone hits that subscribe button and shares the live. Get your friends to subscribe, get your enemies to subscribe, whoever you want.
Well, your ex-boyfriends and girlfriends.
Yeah. The reason why I posted that kind of shit is because, like, I guess in my mind, I didn't realize the whole world can see it. I just thought my own friends could see it because I'm stupid. When I'm upset,
private, it's different.
I think it depends on what settings you have on Facebook.
I know I have it to public because I'm a public figure, and I keep forgetting that. So I need to like just be a better person at that. But the reason why I've done it, and the reason why a lot of people do it, is they sometimes need somebody there. They sometimes need somebody to talk to, or this happens too, and it's toxic as shit. But people do this. I did it with an ex one time. Some people post shit because the person they want to tell that to is either A, ignoring them, or B, not listening to them.
Yeah.
Or both.
And the only way that they feel that that person will listen or will see it is if they post it on social media. Because I've had times, and hell, like recently I've had this happen, and I didn't really post on social media. I posted I'm upset, but I never really said why. I posted like shit like that. But sometimes like you'll message somebody, hey, or whatever, and you two are like having issues or whatever, but you want to talk about it. And sometimes they're just not in the right headspace to do it, which you should accept that, but sometimes you can't. It happens. Ego gets in the way. And sometimes you just post shit because you're upset, and that just makes shit worse. So take a word of advice. Get a fucking journal.
Write that shit down. Yeah. Don't fucking post it, man, because I've seen it. I remember, I think it was a couple of days before Christmas last year. I was just started using TikTok again because I had the account and I was kind of posting things, but then I just got sick of it.
Mm-hmm.
But there was one guy, he posted up. I can't remember what his name was, but I didn't give a shit anyway. But there was one guy who was posting up. It was him crying, and he goes, "Oh, my girlfriend left me 3 days before Christmas, and I am lost now. I don't know what to do. Blah 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 blah."
That's toxic,
bro. Yeah. I was gonna comment on that, but then people will call me a fuckwit. But
my thing is though is lately, you guys probably seen it, but lately I've kind of 2023 for me is a year of kind of like I'm learning myself and shit, the way I interact on social media. That's why I love doing this episode. When it comes to posting shit on social media, we need to start making it less negative personal and start posting positive personal, or like posting if you're upset, post that you're upset, but don't go into details. Don't use it as a way to call people out.
I'll say something about your journal in a minute. Yeah, when you finished, got something to add about the journal.
Myself, lately, if you've noticed on my social media, I will post personal shit. Like the other day I did, but it wasn't anything negative. It was more so eye-opening for myself personally, and I posted it because I was hoping it might help somebody. They might have those same traits I do, and it might help them realize it. I talked to 2 friends recently, and I'm sorry this is like unrelated to social media, but it's a post that I made. I talked to 2 friends recently, and yes, one was a girl that I was talking to, but it just didn't work out. We're trying to be friends, and it's going well. I mean, it's going great. And then another one was a girl that I was interested in, but I wasn't sure if she was interested in me, but my ego and my loneliness or whatever wouldn't allow it to just be a friendship and see where it goes. I had an issue with that. So I posted on social media. I had a conversation with both those girls about my toxic traits. Very respectful conversation. I felt really bad, but I accepted it, and then I posted the positive. Instead of posting, these people were assholes to me. No, accept who you are.
Yeah.
Post it on social media. Be like, yo, like, it's one thing to post your personal life and go after other people, because you never know what's going on with that person. And personality traits, some people don't want to work on them, and others is just how they are. You know, you're not meant to mesh well together. But I guess my point is use social media to help one another and be better. What was your question about the journal?
No, it's a super idea, and a couple of years back, well, it was back in 2020 when there was everything was going on with everybody and that, but with the pandemic and that and the stress of that and everything, and then there was other stressful things going on at the time. And I was so stressed about it all. What I did was I started writing notes on my phone on one of the note apps, just for me, just to, you know, let out all the frustration and everything. And I just wrote loads, you know, it was like raging about stuff.
Yeah.
And things.
Something that
I even gave it a title as well.
That's cool. What'd you call it?
I had to stick it in the fuck it bucket and move on.
See, what I started doing,
and I wrote all these rantings, and then how that helped me was rather than putting it, you know, where people can read it, like, you know, it was just for me, just to read. But I didn't share it with my mum at the time, and ended up reading it all out to her. Well, by the end of it, we were just laughing. You know, when she was on FaceTime, we were just laughing so much about what I'd written.
See, Noami, that's great. A lot of people aren't very good at writing.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't good at writing stuff down.
No,
so
they're not. No.
So another thing,
you are good at writing with the journal and things, and
I don't write physically. What I do is when I'm on the computer, if I feel the need to make a post because I'm upset, and I just started doing this, so like it's kind of a personality thing that is going to change over time. It's something that I'm working on. If I'm on Facebook and I'm really upset at somebody and I go to like fucking make a post about it, I have open office right next to my browser. I'm trying to start going over there, pretending like that's the Facebook status thing, and just type what I want to type.
That's
and then exactly change it as I start feeling better.
Yeah.
And then start realizing that it's a me issue and not a them issue. Or if it's a them issue, leave it at that until me and that person actually talk about it.
That's great. Yeah. Well, that's what I did, rather than posting it online and then thinking, oh, I shouldn't have said that. Hagrid moment. I shouldn't have said that.
Yep.
Then just, write it in the notes. It wasn't hurting anybody. And, you know, it was just my frustration about the whole situation.
Because what a lot of people don't realize is a lot of our upset and anger is from within, not from other people. Like, there is a lot from other people. The way they treat you. Like, I'll admit I've upset a lot of people by the way I've said things, by the way I've worded things. Like, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is a lot of the times, and I've noticed that I get upset when I'm not talking to somebody and I start assuming what they might be thinking or what might be going on, or they might not like me anymore. And it starts building up. And I'm like, it doesn't matter. Like, unless they're going to talk to me about it, it doesn't matter. So type it out and move on. See, I'm trying to word it in a way where it makes sense, because I know some of the ways that I word things make it sound awful. But what I'm meaning to say deep down is like a lot of upset, anger and stuff has a lot to do with trauma and stuff. And if somebody says something or does something that upsets you, the best thing to do is just cool the fuck down. Type it up, give yourself some time. Let them know though, hey, like, I'm upset about something. We can talk about it later or whatever. But like, I like you too, Renee. I love you all. You're all amazing. But like, if somebody's treating you poorly and they legit are like wording things in a way that you don't like, it happens. I've been there. I've been that guy. Recently, I was told by a dear friend of mine that the way that I word things is, I don't know how to say it in a way, I forget how they worded it, but like the way that I say things unintentionally, I say shit that makes other people feel bad, such as if somebody's upset and I know that they have like mental health issues, instead of asking like, did I say something to upset you? Are you upset about something? I automatically say, hey, I mean the best. I really do, but it's the way I word it's awful, and I'm working on wording shit better. But I'll message them like, hey, like, I know you're upset. I know your anxiety or shit makes you this way, whatever. And that's how I word it. And I don't mean it as in your anxiety is the only reason you're upset. It may have been something I said. It's just the way I word shit. And it's awful. And a lot of people don't realize that we have poor social skills, and we don't realize the way that we word things unintentionally or not hurts people.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's good just to write things down in notes. Just
that's what I meant. That's why I was coming to a full turnaround. Instead of making that status, you may have been coming from a good place. You may be just upset, but you're still going to hurt that person. And
but nobody's going to read it wrong or misinterpret or And
another thing a lot of people don't realize, and I'm sorry I'm turning this is more of like a social episode too. A lot of people don't want to admit we are all toxic to an extent. We all have things that we can work on mentally and physically and everything else. There's a lot of shit we can work on.
Yes, definitely. Yeah.
And we all, to some extent, have mental health issues. We have little things that we can work on to help make them better. We have little things that we can work on to help make our mental health issues not affect other people. But a lot of people won't admit that. A lot of people are like, this is just how I am. Yeah, that is how you are. But shitty behavior or the way that you speak or whatever is learned behavior. Now, mental health issues are not learned behavior, like bipolar and all that. Well, there's certain forms of bipolar that is. I don't know if you guys know that or not. It's more of a trauma response and all that. We'll get into the mental health aspect at another time. But yeah, that's why our social shit's fucked up, is because we all have our own mental health problems and we don't take other people's into consideration, myself included. We just are in our own bubble, our own world, and we think, oh, this person's that way, that person's a dick or whatever, instead of trying to come from a place of sympathy.
Yeah.
Now, there are certain people out there that, don't want to admit their mental health, and then they are crazy and they do crazy shit. Because mental health is a hard thing to combat or is a hard thing to fight. What did Renee say? No one's perfect.
Yes, and no one's perfect.
No one is perfect.
We try.
We can try. And I don't even try to be perfect. I try to be the best version of that motherfucker I looked in the mirror yesterday.
Yeah.
If somebody brings to my attention that I'm being a shit human being, I'm being a shit friend, anymore I do get upset, but I don't get angry at that person because they're just telling me how I made them feel.
Yeah.
And sometimes I do get angry because of ego, but don't take it out on that person because they're telling you your social issues. How about you fucking learn from them? Like, I don't know.
I agree to that one there.
Yeah.
Like, there's this girl that I messaged yesterday. She was a dear friend of mine. I feel so bad for this. Me and her was like talking on and off for like 11 years. Like, I would date somebody and we'd just not talk anymore. And it's more so because at that time I was immature. Like, if I wasn't friends with girls when I was dating somebody, only a select few. Well, this girl and I would talk back and forth, like on and off in between relationships. But every time I would like try to hang out with her, she'd either hang out with somebody else or whatever. And then I had a moment of realization the other day of, hey, that's because you were like pressuring her, whatever, unintentionally, but you were like being an asshole. And what we need to do, if we make posts like we did, back to the social media thing, make posts like we did, or we fuck up, learn to apologize.
Not many people do.
Not many people do, no.
Yeah, many people are like, well, you pissed me off. Yes, that person probably pissed you off. That person did apologize because they pissed you off, but sometimes we both have to apologize.
Yeah.
I'm sorry my behavior, like sometimes behavior makes people act that way. I've told somebody one time, I'm like, listen, I know I upset you by my actions and I apologize. And I went through the whole list, but I also kind of explained why I acted that way. It wasn't an excuse. It was just me explaining to try to let them know that certain behaviors of theirs made me act that way. So like we could work on each other's shit. And they're like, well, that's just me. I'm like, and it was like little social, like little shit, not mental health shit, but little shit that they could have worked on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And not for me, for themselves. Sometimes people give you this advice because it's shit you can work on for yourself to be a happier person and a better person. Because honestly, if we continue to live life in that bubble of like anger or like lashing out on people for the way they act and shit, that's just making you angry and isolating you from other people.
Yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to social media. Sorry, I got into that little tangent. It kind of went from the posts and shit.
I always said, like going back to social media with my kids when they started using it first, says if you haven't got anything nice to say, just don't say anything at all. Just don't say anything. Just move on, scroll on.
Yep. And
somebody's
also,
being nasty to them, just ignore them, block them.
Yeah, and get a fucking journal.
Yeah, get a journal.
You don't even have to buy a journal.
Come and talk to me about it. Let the frustrations out.
I've made the mistake, and I'm sorry, Gorak, you can speak after this. I'm back on her same topic. Another thing that I wanted to say, though, is I've learned the hard way many times. Be careful who you vent to. Just fucking type. Because I had somebody get real pissed off at me one time. This was years ago.
Was it Nikki Six?
No. We can get into that another time. We'll get into that another time. I was really good friends with a girl one time. Really good friends. And I was really upset at it was a whole different situation altogether. Their mutual friend of mine messaged me. We were talking back and forth. We were venting about an array of stuff. And I didn't want to really I kind of came unplugged. Hold on. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why my cam came unplugged, but whatever. But anyway, what I was saying is me and this person was talking for a little bit, and they got up. They were venting and I was venting. But we weren't mentioning names. Like, a friend of mine did this, a friend of mine did that, a friend of mine did this. The friend I was venting about, the person thought I was venting about the girl I'm friends with and assumed.
Oh.
And they went and told them all this shit. And it was very vague shit. Like, I wasn't really going into details about the situation. I was just like, well, a friend of mine did this stupid shit, whatever. And they came after me and was like, you're talking shit, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, no, I'm not. For one, I'm not talking shit. I'm just venting to a friend. And for two, like, I never was talking about you in the first place. So, like, you need to be careful who you vent to, because then they start going to other people and it gets blown way out of proportion what you said. So, like, I think it's best, and your kids can come and talk to you, Noami, but, like, be careful who you vent to.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it's a different situation. Yeah, when it's like friends and that, it's okay. Yeah, and with a child coming to a parent to vent. Yeah.
Well, it's weird because, like, I think I have the wrong fucking headphones.
Yeah, you got to. When you vent to like friends, you got to. Well, be careful.
It's weird because I make friends with everybody. I just try that, but like, it sucks because certain people, and it's happened many times, I will vent to somebody thinking they're a friend, and not even about. Sometimes it's not even about the person they think it's about. They just people just fucking assume.
Yeah.
Like, I had a good friend of mine a few months ago message me, and he's like, I heard you've been talking shit. I'm like, I never even talk shit at all. And like, found out through that it was somebody that was trying to start shit, saying that I was talking shit when they don't even fucking know me.
Yeah.
So, like, you even got to be careful who you hang around.
Yeah.
That's true, man, because they can just fucking stab you. And
that is true, yeah.
Like, I had somebody message me recently after years of not talking, and they're like, hey, sorry we haven't been talking, but I heard that you said certain shit, called me names, whatever. I don't know what the conversation was that they had with somebody. I really didn't care at that time. And I'm like, I don't recall it going that way. But do you want to elaborate? And hear what the situation was was I told that person that I didn't agree with the person they was with or whatever, and I didn't agree with the way the situation was going, but I respect them as a friend and I respect their decision. I just don't like the person they're with. That's all I said. And they made it sound like I thought they were a piece of shit, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, no, that ain't what fucking happened at all. But I do sometimes vent to people in a fucked up way. Like, I had a friend message me one time, like, what do you think of the situation between, I'm not going to say names, but like, I have a female friend, and I've been into a few friends about this recently, and I quit. I have this female friend, not really a friend, but like somebody that I know. I call everybody my friend, but somebody I know on social media, back to social media. I know her through school. We went to school together, but she was messaging me on Snapchat. She was telling me about her boyfriend. And she's like, my boyfriend, I think they might be married. I don't fucking know. Husband, boyfriend, whatever. But she's like, I think he might be cheating on me, or he's cheating on me. Or, well, he did cheat once before, but she thought he still was. And I'm like, okay. And then she messaged me later on in the day and she's like, he's mad at me. I'm like, why? Apparently she has a private snap where she's posting all these provocative pictures and shit. And like, he doesn't know about it. Like if he's in on it and he's cool with it, cool. But apparently she's also like flirting with dudes and like all that shit and like cheating on him through social media. So that led that friend to like go and tell, because I vented about it to somebody and they went to her. And she's like, I heard you called me a slut. I'm like, no, I didn't. And she's like, well, I'm like, no, I didn't. But I will tell you what I think of the situation, because she wanted to know. And I'm like, you can't expect your boyfriend or husband to be loyal if you're not showing them the shit that's going on and you're doing hoe shit. I'm not saying you are a hoe. I'm not saying you're a slut. Hell, post all the provocative shit you want. Single, cool. In a relationship, no. Unless that person is okay with it. Like I've almost dated girls that post shit like that. Cool. I don't give a fuck. But if the person you're with does, and you're hiding it, that's cheating. So do you think social media ruins relationships?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it does.
I don't, and I'll tell you why. Tell me why you think it ruins relationships.
Well, like you were saying with that person, setting up private accounts or whatever it is, and like chatting to other people and sending photos or whatever, that can ruin up relationships.
Yeah, well, that's why I was kind of getting into that whole venting shit, because that was all on social media, and that kind of ruined that friendship. But the fact is, though, they would do it without social media.
Yeah.
That's a behavioral thing. That's a thing that they would do regardless, social media or not.
Yeah.
But then anyone could probably
way of doing it.
It's a self-control thing. It's not a social media issue. It's a self-control, in my opinion.
It's probably more the person controlling the social media, the operator, than the social media itself.
Yeah, it's like people blame social media for ruining relationships. It doesn't. You just don't have self-control.
Unless if they get caught out, by somebody, cheating on whoever,
Yeah. That's what I thought.
That's been happening a lot too.
What I don't get is I saw a post on Facebook the other day, and people shouldn't post this shit, but it was a friend of mine that posted it about how like something about cheating or whatever. And I saw somebody in the comment section say, well, if they cheated first, it's okay. No, it's not. If you cheat on somebody, bro, and you give them they give you another chance, or what, if somebody cheats on you and you give them another chance, that's not your go-to to cheat on them too. Like you're giving them another chance in the relationship to try to make it healthier. I don't know. But like the shit people leave in comments like that. Like people get brave on social media.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they'll say things that they wouldn't necessarily say to somebody's face. Yeah.
Pretty much.
I mean, I've seen posts about, like, an example, a person complaining about the partner, like leaving the plate out in the kitchen and not putting it in the dishwasher. Well, before you know it, the comments have got down to, oh, you should leave them. And I thought, well, that escalated quickly. It's like that.
The reason why I went on that tangent about my friend and that ruining the friendship is because the person that I was venting to was just a friend online. If we weren't in the days of social media, I probably wouldn't have even known that person existed, and it wouldn't have caused me that much fucking stress. So that leads back to social media causes unnecessary stress too that wouldn't have been there without.
Yeah.
I think too, as well, there's heaps of trollers on social media that'll just talk a lot of shit on, on posts. And I've seen it heaps. I follow a lot of like vegan, plant-based stuff, and there's one post. She was like, I'm going to show you how to make an alternative vegan scrambled egg or whatever it is, non-dairy and shit. I'm like, oh, this is interesting. And then I read this comment. He goes, oh, this looks disgusting. How could it be vegan when it's not real eggs or something? So I fucking hit back at the person, and I'm like, why waste your time coming on the post that you're not fucking interested in?
And also social media, back to like what you originally said though, Gorak, social media also lets us learn shit and like recipes and all that.
I like it. I like, because social media is 50-50 for me. It's a love-hate relationship. It's the same thing like working in hospitality industry, because I've been doing it for so long. It's a love-hate relationship, but it depends who you work with. But Instagram's good for just finding new things. If it's like music, like bands, guitar players, singers, or cooking ideas, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. But stupid
TikTok
shit,
is too, though. You have a lot of cooks
TikTok
on there
can
too.
be,
Yeah.
But anyone that posts up about their past relationships and asking for fucking sympathy and attention and all that.
Correct. Fuck you. I'm just kidding. Because I've done that shit.
Fuck you too, Mike. I'm checking.
I'm not proud of it. I'm not proud of what I've done in the past.
I would never post anything like that. If I did, and my sister will just like send me like a Facebook message, goes, put that shit down, please.
Well, like, when I posted about my ex relationships, it's not like the ones you're talking about where it's like this happened, that happened. It was me more so letting people know we're not together and like I wish them the best or whatever. There was times where I've made funny. I thought they were funny at the time. I've learned not to post them where I'm like saying funny shit about what happened in the relationship because I'm not friends with anybody that knows them.
Yeah.
That I thought anyway, and it caused problems because people started talking shit and whatever. It's not the post it's not the look that I wanted at that time.
Yeah, but dude, like
what?
I
smell my
nuggets.
Anyway, what were you saying?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like that's why I like it. What about like Instagram and YouTube and stuff, because I've discovered a lot of cool bands, like this chick that I've been following for the past 2 years. Her name's Lauren Babick, I think, and she does cover songs. And I discovered her through Instagram, and I think it was from I think she did One Step Closer by Linkin Park. And that breakdown part, and goes, shut up.
Yeah.
Shut up when I'm talking to you. She did it in the most brutal, like really brutal, like metal way. And I'm like, oh,
that's
okay,
cool.
I'm gonna search this chick up, and started following her ever since, and just been loving some of the stuff that she's been posting up and shit. But especially with food, man, it's a good way to find really good recipes, man, and save it and do it yourself.
So I have a question though, Greg.
Social media for recipes, yeah.
Going back to, and I do love the recipes that are on social media, but going back to the whole like cheating bullshit. A lot of people blame social media for ruining relationships, as we stated before, but do you think it makes it easier to do so for those that like probably wouldn't have had the courage to do it? Not saying that it takes courage to cheat, because it takes a lot of thought. You don't just say, but like, do you think there's a lot of people on social media that do it because it's easier that way? Like they'll send nudes and shit, but not actually meet the person and have sex with them.
I think so.
I think so, yeah.
But that's still cheating, in my opinion. If your partner doesn't know about it, you're still hiding shit. Unless you're in a poly relationship. And it's cool.
Send it to anybody because it's social media, obviously. But I think it is.
So social media makes it easier, but it's not to blame.
No.
It's just the person that's choosing to do it.
Yeah, by the way, we do have a Pink Sock Reacts episode coming up. I'm sorry to interrupt you guys.
Breaking news.
We're going to be reviewing Little Nicky.
I remember that film.
Yeah, we're going to be reviewing Little Nicky. We're going to be talking about it. It's another classic Adam Sandler film that we're going to be reviewing and talking about.
Classic.
Love you, Jackie. The fucking chat is bumping today. I'm so happy. You guys,
it is, yeah.
Love y'all. Wednesday live at noon, we're going to be doing Little Nicky. Tonight at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, I'm going to be on Dabs with Dads. I don't have a flyer for that. And next week, we're going to be doing strange products.
Like those fucking gloves, eh?
We're going to be talking about some strange, unusual, fun products and a lot of products that don't exist anymore. And I'm actually going to be opening live on air one of those products that don't exist anymore.
Oh, is it coming in before?
And some
it's
of the
already
products I've
here.
had in the past.
I
still have.
It actually came 2 days ago, but it was too late to change what this episode was about. So I'm going to be opening my package. I'm going to be showing you my package. Wait, no, I have a package that came in the mail. And I'm going to show you guys that package next week.
Oh, dude, I can't wait to see your package, man.
No, I can't. I'm just excited for this package.
It's a brown package.
Whoa, bro. Okay.
I'm going to rip open my package and show you what's inside.
Are we just going to say, like, just bring up package jokes? Like,
Yeah,
yes.
The whole package.
Package out to people. I'm going to show
Dude,
everybody.
I need to put that on TikTok.
Yeah.
I need to be like, guys, check out my package.
I'm going to open up my package for you guys.
Come and join me.
Is there anything you guys
package?
I'm sorry for interrupting you guys because I'm trying to get new headphones because I think the conversation was done and then just keep talking. Something I need to work on is I keep interrupting people and I don't like it.
I think we're just talking. We're just keeping on talking today.
Yeah, like I have that tendency of it's mostly due to online, like talking. It's hard to tell when the conversation is done because sometimes it sounds like the person's done talking. But anyway, is there anything you guys wanted to add about social media?
Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Don't be a dick.
Sounds
Fight
like
fire with fish.
Yeah, that sounds like a Metallica
just,
song.
If anybody's, if you're getting any like not so nice comments, just don't react. Just ignore, block. Don't fuel the fire.
I didn't want to bring this up because I've just been trying to ignore it, but like we used to get comments on YouTube. Like, check out my OnlyFans, my blah, blah, blah. Remember that shit?
Oh, yeah.
Damn near ruined an episode. But
I've already
enjoy social media as well.
Enjoy it. Stop seeking attention and be yourself and stay fucking positive. Amen.
Yes.
Yeah.
And on that note, everyone.
You're all brilliant.
Everyone.
And watch Terrifier 2, bitches. Sorry.
Hit that subscribe button, hit that share button, hit that like button, comment below. If you missed the live, still comment, still share, still subscribe. See you guys Wednesday. See you guys tonight on Dabs with Dads. Love you all. Live long.
Follow my TikTok because I'm making it good again. Anyway.
Yes, Gorak underscore 1985. Gorak underscore 1985. He is on Instagram and he is on TikTok.
And YouTube.
Love you all. And as always, live long, rock hard.
Don't
Love
be a
y'all.
dick.